Hey y'all, it's Jerry Murray Barker, Farmhouse Windmills. We're on an R&R weekend trip down in Round Top, Texas area. We're going to be spending 2 or 3 days shopping at the antique fair here at Round Top, Warrenton, Texas. This is the farm that we stay on twice a year when we come down to visit, called StarHill Farms. And this is the entrance of the ranch where all the cows, the longhorns, live. Right now they have a bunch of new calves on the ground. It's a beautiful ranch. It's 400 something acres. They have a few cabins that they rent out to people staying in the area, and we love coming down here twice a year. It's very relaxing. And we've been working hard servicing and installing windmills all over Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. So we are wanting to take a little holiday and spend it down here in Round Top, Texas. Hopefully we find some good treasures at the antique fair. This ranch has working windmills on water wells that help put water in their lake and ponds and other areas. They have a few windmills for decorative purposes. They have a windmill aerator on a pond right across from our cabin. So it's a beautiful place. And we are excited about being back here in Round Top, Texas. Never been to the trade fair. They have it twice a year in the spring and fall. And they just have tons and tons of vendors selling antiques, all types of stuff. It's world famous. Look it up, Round Top, Texas. And welcome to StarHill Farms as we go down to our cabin. Okay, we're coming into the cabin area. This is their vineyard. They have a beautiful small little vineyard. They do produce wines. If you stay here at StarHill Farms, sometimes they leave you a free bottle of wine in your cabin when you check in, but I didn't see one this year. We've already been to the cabin and left some of our luggage. This is the main house. This is the owner's main house. They live in Houston. This is their weekend ranch. They have a full-time ranch manager and some other cowboys that take care of the ranch. And you can see the first windmill as we come in. Right here. Need some help. That's a beautiful windmill. Okay, this is our R&R weekend in Industry, Texas at StarHill Farms. As you can see, Mary and I are taking a few days off from windmill repairs and windmill services and windmill installations to visit and shop down at Round Top / Warrenton, Texas. This is the cabin we're staying in here at StarHill Farms. This is a beautiful cabin that we rent twice a year to spend our weekend relaxing and resting and getting ready for the next windmill jobs that we will be busy doing here the next few days around the Round Top, Warrenton, Brenham, Texas area. Beautiful flowers that they have for us. As you can see, this is the Bader cabin. Our porch. And it looks off into a pond. And as you can see, we have a windmill aerator that is directly across from our cabin, and it's probably an Outdoor Water Solutions or a Condors windmill aerator. The view from our porch. You can see our truck, our service truck. A pretty view. They have 2 or 3 working windmills here on the farm. One of them's on a water well over at the lake that's pumping water. And then there's one air motor for aesthetics, just right down the road from us. This is our front cabin, front porch. A beautiful flowers, a very beautiful view of the lake with the windmill spinning. It's got a fishing dock. StarHill Farms. Here's a better view of a cabin. It's an outdoor seating area with a grill. So let's go down to our pond in front of our cabin. You can see the windmill aerator across the pond. You can see up on the hill to the left is another rental cabin, and then an air motor windmill there in front of me on a 40-something foot tower. In the farmhouse headquarters to the right of the windmill. Windmill aerator, it's pumping. There's actually some air bubbles coming out where the windmill aerator's pumping oxygen into the pond. Let's look back at our cabin. This is our beautiful cabin for the weekend at StarHill Farms, Industry, Texas. Here's a different angle of our cabin we're staying in. We usually stay on this ranch. It's 400 something acres, and they have 4 or 5 cabins spread out across the ranch. We have been coming here for years and years and years, and we usually stay down here. It's called the Cabin on the Hill, and that's the very first cabin that Mary and I have stayed in on our adventures here in Round Top, Texas, Warrenton, Texas area. Let me get you a view of it. You can see down this road, this is their smallest cabin, and it's back at the very back on this hill that overlooks the creek, and it's called Cabin on the Hill. It's our favorite place to stay. Here's one of the other windmills here at StarHill Farms. Air motor, some kind of 40-something foot tower. tail vein and tailbone came off of it. Which we knew that was going to happen because the last time I was here 6 months ago, the tailbone, the tail pin was worn out and it was sagging. And we notified the owners, and they have a well company in the local area that services their windmills and wells, and I guess they didn't catch it in time. And this is a tailbone they have for directions of the ranch, which is pretty cool. This is one of their other cabins they have.
Jerry and I are out here on another section of the ranch that has another windmill. I think it's an 8-foot on a 30 or so tower, air motor. Lots of beautiful nature out here. We've got ducks, geese, there's deer, birds of all kinds. It's just beautiful to come out here and connect with nature and get away from the stress of things and enjoy the beauty of God's creation. Kind of our little hideaway we like to go to. This is part of our Round Top Warrenton experience. We always work in some jobs while we're down here, servicing windmills, and they have people that take care of their windmills down here, but we just love it. Fell in love with it probably not 20, maybe 15 years ago.
This windmill's on a working water well, and they use it to help fill the pond.
So here we are again at the 8-foot windmill on a 30-something foot tower. It's an air motor. It's the back side of it. It's out here on the little island. And that water, or that windmill, pumps water over here to the trough for the cows. And I guess the other livestock that come out here. The deer and such.
Right, and some people might wonder, why do they have a watering trough right here by this lake? The livestock can actually go in the water of the lake. Usually the ranchers are trying to keep the cattle out of their pond, to keep it from getting dirty from their feet and dirt and the other stuff they carry into the pond, and they don't want the cows to go out into the water and use the restroom. So they usually provide a trough close to the lake or pond that the windmill pumps into to prevent that, or help prevent it anyways.
Nice and cool. This right here is the island that the windmill is raised and installed on. We fell in love with this the very first time we came out here. We used to come out here and we'd sit at one of the picnic tables they had, and we'd fish or we'd eat a sandwich or something. Just enjoy it. We even helped the maintenance guy one time. We had to help save some fish from being swept out of the water, out of the lake.
When it was flooding.
Yeah, when it was flooding. Of course, that's right up Jerry's alley. He loves all that.
Let's take a look at what a working windmill looks like underneath. They built a brick or a stone fence around the windmill to protect it from the cows and the horses from being in the tower. Many people don't understand when you install a tower, it's always a great idea if you can put a fence or a rail or some type of barrier to keep the cows from coming in here and bending the X braces. The X braces are not that thick or wide, and the cows will get in here and rub, so it's always a great idea to do that if you can. The calves are no big deal if they can get under there. Most of the time the calves don't do much damage like a cow or a horse will. You can see this windmill here pumping water. This is how the well company has it set up. And you got your standpipe, and your wellhead. And you can see you got the casing, the well casing. You got your standpipe, and the drop pipe goes down into the well casing. And then you have your discharge pipe coming out, and it's leading all the way under the concrete underground, and one goes all the way, pipe goes all the way out to that cow trough, and the other pipe goes underground out to the lake on the shoreline, and it's releasing water. Let's see if we can find the discharge pipe for the lake or the pond. And a lot of times the well companies, the windmillers will recommend that you discharge the water on top of the ground, so it helps put oxygen into the water before it goes into the pond or lake. And you can see it's pumping out a little bit, flowing into the pond. And this is what it looks like. And this is going to be the end of our video. We're going to head to town and get us a steak dinner before we come back and rest for the weekend. Thank you for coming along on our journey. Thanks for watching. Say goodbye.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
Bye.